Hey everyone, it's Jen at Ink Paper Rubber. I am back again. I am so excited. We have a new Tailored Expressions release in the house. This is actually an off month for a Tailored Expressions release. Their normal release schedule is every other month, and they had a release in August, and they should have another one at the 1st of October. But we are lucky because this is their birthday month. They are celebrating their anniversary this month, and so they have a special release for us, and it has lots of great things for celebrations for birthdays and other things, and so I want to share that with you. First thing I have is not new. It is actually quite old, but since I was ordering anyhow and we have a class coming up, I wanted to go ahead and get it back in stock. This is the mandala cutting plate. This is a really beautiful die. We have used it quite a bit in the past, and as I mentioned, we're using it for a class coming up in the future, actually in about a week and a half. This is a really simple one where we have a gilding polish background, and we've just done it in black on top of it. Here is another one. This is actually a stamp to create that marble background, but you could just use pattern paper, and again with it on black. This is an ink blended background, again with the die cut out of black. Here is what we are doing in our class. There will be 4 cards. I brought 2 of them back here, and we're going to be doing some paper piecing. We are cutting this out of multiple pieces of cardstock, and then we are paper piecing and mixing and matching our colors. Definitely takes a little bit of time, but I think it is totally worth it. These are really, really beautiful cards. So if you don't have this die, you might definitely want to snap it up. All right, let's start in on what is new. As I mentioned, there's some great things for birthdays in this release. There is a new background stamp. This is the birthday backstory background. You can see just all of the different words about birthdays. There's also some icons. We have cake and balloons and stars and confetti in there. So lots of great ways to create a fun background with that. There is also this new caps lock die that says yay with the exclamation point. This is all on a single die. This I think would be great for doing eclipse cards, maybe even with that background. This is a really fun stamp. It is called Big Cake, and you actually get 2 stamps in this one. You get the Big Cake, and you also get a stamp that has 3 candles on it. There is all kinds of detail in this cake. If you love to color, then that is great for you, but I will show you a sample that doesn't have any coloring at all, so if coloring's not your thing, this one can still be very useful. And there is also a matching die that goes with that to cut out the cake and the candles if you're interested. This is another fun background stamp. This one is called Gifted, and this just has lots of different presents, and then there's a little bit of confetti thrown in there in the mix. And this one also has a die, and this die is a full plate die, and so you can use it to cut out all of these at one time if you want. Then you can use them on a single card, on different cards, and I will actually show you even another way to use that stamp and die together here when I get to the samples. This is yet another great background stamp that is good for all kinds of celebrations. This is the Party Pennants. You can see you have all the banners and pennants on here on this single stamp. Also great for creating backgrounds is their new Confetti Toss stencil. Just has a bunch of confetti. I think actually if you wanted to, you could even use this one for some fun whimsical snowflakes, so dual purpose with that one. There's also a couple of big grumpy stamp sets, and if you are a fan of snarky, you will definitely like these. This first one is a stamp set that has the die included with it, and you can see you have Grumpy here holding his sign, and you have all these different sentiments that you can put in there. I love that one there. My stomach is flat, the L is silent. But some other really fun snarky sentiments on there. And then this one is perfect for birthdays. If you know somebody that would appreciate a little bit of a snarky birthday card, then this is perfect for them. Make a wish, then blow out the bonfire. I hope someone bakes you a cake because I didn't. You also got some balloons and presents, a cupcake, and a little party hat on that one. Last thing is a really good one. It is a new Simple Strips background stamp, and this one is all about birthdays. This, of course, goes with the original Simple Strips die, so if you have this die already, you are all set. You don't need to buy another one, but if you haven't purchased the die yet, we do have that in stock. And as I mentioned, this is all birthday sentiments on here. And if you're not familiar with Simple Strips, it is a great concept. You stamp this, it's just a single background stamp, and then you can use the die, which is all attached, to cut out all of these great sentiment strips all in one go. So really, really great concept. All right, let's get to a few samples here. Here is a sample where they have done the birthday background, and it looks like they have embossed it and then done probably some ink blending on the background with that emboss resist, and they have also used the Simple Strips there to create the banners on there. Here is a sample that I mentioned to you. If you're not into coloring with that cake, it has just been white embossed on some gray cardstock, and you might even notice that it has the mandala cutting plate there in the background, just tone on tone, so that is really fun. However, if you do like to color, you can certainly go to town and create a really fun, colorful cake. This one uses the confetti toss stencil to create the background there. Here is a sample with Big Grumpy there, and used one of the sentiments. I think that one is from the the sentiment set, but they have used it and stamped it in there, and you can see they've done the party pennants in the background. And here is the gifted one. And you can see here, it looks to me like what they've done is they've stamped and colored that background, and then on another sheet of paper they have die cut the openings out and then popped it up over it, so those presents are actually kind of recessed in the openings there, so that's a fun way to do it. Here they have just done the stamp set on there. Actually, looks like they probably have actually die cut those. You can see the white edge around them. So lots of fun ways to use that background. Here is another sample with Big Grumpy and also the confetti toss there in the background. Lots of fun. Here is the Yay Block Party die and the party pennants in the background again. And here is another background with the party pennants. Again, looks like they've been embossed and done an emboss resist technique, and then the Simple Strips there for the sentiment on it. So lots of fun things in this little kind of mini release. I hope you will stop by and check it all out. Have a great evening, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Goodbye.